Welcome, welcome. You guys get an extra dose today. I came across an article that was kind of not really bugging me, but kind of showing you guys how the government works and how. And when I say the government, I don't look at them. I don't look at them as a separate entity. What I mean by that, because the government is us, so it's not really. We've just been made to believe that it's a separate entity, but it's not. But anyway, this kind of reminds me of when the title of this video says 700,000 people gonna lose their food stamps or whatever, right? This kind of reminds me of when the government does a shutdown and they have all the TSA workers and all the government workers working for absolutely free. That kind of tells you the grip debt has on people, because anybody that's not in debt and their job told them that they were going to work for free, they would just leave that job because they know the time in your life is the most valuable thing on earth, and they're asking you to give it away for free. I would instantly say no. You're not doing that. I'd rather be home sitting on my butt doing absolutely nothing instead of giving it away for free. Hello, Jennifer. Hello. What's up, Mr. Union? And so, as you guys can see in the title, in the title of this video, and in the link, there's a full link in the description. 700,000 people will lose their food stamps, right? Now, I read a little deeper into it, and they're mostly aiming at people that are on food stamps that don't have any kids, right? Now, what they're going to do is require them to, these titles make me laugh. That what they're going to do is, that's what Mark said. Mark said, these titles make me laugh. What they're going to do is make people work at least 20 hours to keep their food stamps. Now this is what you guys don't really, when you're outside the debt matrix, I can clearly see why the government does these types of moves, right? So check it out. Here's what they'll do. That have been on food stamps for years, and that's just their way of life, right? What they're going to do is get out there and work the bare minimum of 20 hours a week to keep those food stamps coming, because you got to remember, you can't really make that much money either to keep those food stamps. So if they get a job that's working 20 hours a week, it can't be a high paying job, because if they get too high paying of the job, they will lose the benefits of the food stamp. So they'll work low wage jobs. Okay. So what this is going to do is going to fill in all these low wage jobs that are needed by, fast food delivery places, Amazon delivery driver, stuff like that, all those low paying wage jobs, right? They're going to have many more people to work those jobs. And then now there'll be more competition. So the wages for those jobs can stay steady because there's so many people that's going to be working on it. Here's going to have about 700,000 people going to be looking for these jobs, right? It just shows you how they shift everything, how they control just the turn of a knob, right? And so now once those people are forced out to do the minimum work, and then they're going to fill those jobs, and then they could say on the public record, hey, unemployment is down. See how that works? Now they can say unemployment is down because they force people that are trying to live on the food stamps, to get off your butt and do some work, right? It's just crazy how it works. When you're outside looking in, it looks like a freaking puppet master. It's crazy how you can just see it. It's like a freaking puppet master. Back to the TSA, when the government shut down, all those people working at the TSA were working for free. So let me ask you guys something too. Listen to this. Now, if you were a TSA agent mad because you had to work for free, what kind of searching are you going to do at your job? You're not really going to be so enthused to search everybody's stuff thoroughly because you're at a place that you don't want to be there, and you're not even getting paid to do it. So think about this. That's the exact same service that you're going to get on some of these jobs. I'm not going to say every job, every person that's going to go out here and do a horrible job, but if a person is out there just to work the bare minimum 20 hours a week, just so they can continue to get their food stamps, what type of service you think you're going to get? Again, I'm not saying everybody, okay? I'm not saying everybody on food stamps is like that. I'm not. But It just works hand in hand. If you're working 20 hours a week, you only can have a job that's only going to pay you so much money so you don't get your food stamps cut off, because if you make too much, even during that 20 hours you're working, they will cut you off of food stamps. If you guys get out of the debt matrix and you come on this side of the system, you'll clearly see how it all works. I clearly understand how the whole economy works. I do. I clearly see it. I help people on each and every level. I don't want you guys in the SMD family thinking that I only help you. Don't believe that people with bad credit are broke. Okay, don't think that. There's a lot of people that make really good money and they are broke. You just can't see it. And these type of people, they will go deeper in debt trying to keep up with the facade of that they have money, but they don't. Gabriel says, "I'm sorry, I disagree with these. I'm not sure what these are. What's that? What's that, Gabriel?" But what I was saying is this: you get outside the debt matrix, you can see how it all works. I can see how the whole economy works. It's not in books, people. I promise you, it's not in books. Not in books. I mean, no, let me take that back. I can't say it's not in books. I believe it's in books that you don't know to look for, because you wouldn't even know what the title of that book would say. Because it would blend in with most other debt books. You know what I'm saying? You guys can chime in anytime you want, but this particular subject, it really is, how do I put it? It really is a subject when President Trump signs this bill or whatever is going to happen in April. When it happens, it's going to affect a lot of people, and it's going to weave out a lot of people you thought that had money. You know what I'm saying? It's going to weave out a lot of people that have money, that you thought had money, Norvell Champion says, "I don't feel sorry for any able-bodied human being that is about to lose his or her food stamps. I don't feel sorry for the elderly. I do. Oh, excuse me. I do feel sorry for the elderly. I'm sorry, Norvell. You know, like I said, I read a little deeper, Norvell, and it's mainly for the people. It's a certain range too. Let me take that back. I saw it was between the ages of 18 and 49, and they're going to be aiming at people with. Read the full article, okay, you guys. I'm just quoting what I read from this article. So get all the information. Any information I'm providing right now, I got from the article that's in the description below. And they're going to be targeting people that are on food stamps with no children. Okay, which makes sense to me. I mean, and not disabled. That's what it said. Love Seat Shorty, what's up? You sound like Bill Cosby when you be like Monday. Bill Cosby. Gabriel says, "Why don't you guys talk about corporate welfare?" Gabriel, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, you gotta fill me in, because you're saying things. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking about welfare with people. I'm not talking about a business. When you say, Gabriel, when you say you don't agree with this or whatever, you got to tell me what you mean by that. What is it about? What is it about it that you don't agree with? You can't just say it. You got to say why that is, and then you can't say, "Hey, why don't we just talk about this?" No, because we're talking about this. So you tell me, why do you disagree with the title of this video? DTN Professional Cleaning, what's up? Linnell, I can rarely catch a live, but my grandfather co-signed a car for me. I stay so far out of my, what did he say? Okay. But my grandfather co-signed a car for me. I stay so far out by myself, so I needed something very dependable. Last month was rough for me. I've been debt free. What are you talking about, DTN? What are you talking about? What do you mean? You talking about your grandfather did this for you years ago, or are you talking about something recently? DTN, what's your thought? Linnell, car is $13,000 total. My question to you, DTN, did you just finance a car? Is that what you're telling me? Or your grandfather co-signed? What you're mixing me up here. Tell me what you're talking about. Hello, Jennifer. LJ said, or Jennifer says, LJ, have you heard anything about SS being cut as well? Social Security? No, I really haven't heard about that. I really don't, Jennifer. I really don't pay attention to stuff like that, unless it's a topic that I want to talk about to you guys. But if people stop worrying about Social Security and all that stuff, you really don't have to worry about it. All you got to do is just get out of debt, and you can build your own Social Security. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. Okay, DTN, you said recently. You said your grandfather co-signed a car for you. Why is that? All right, now that throws me off, DTN. Why is your grandfather co-signing a car for you? Something's not adding up. Something doesn't make sense. CENTS. You guys can come in here anytime if you want. You guys can. I put the link in the comments if you guys want to jump in on the session, ask me a question, and you don't have to come on camera. You can just come on and ask a question if you want. You can do this from your phones, your laptops. It doesn't matter. But anyway, this is how the government moves everybody around, shifts, force people out there to get a job, right? Now they can legally say unemployment is down. See how that works? They improved unemployment. Employment is employment. No matter what wage of the job is, it's employment. Please hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this subject? Does it affect you? Does it affect some family members? Or maybe you know somebody that's been on food stamps forever. And they're because right now there are people complaining out loud about this change, right? They're complaining out loud. Hey, what's up with this? They're about to take my food stamps away, blah, blah, blah. Pedro says, what do you think would be the percentage drop in food stamps if people with no disabilities were forced to work? Oh man. Oh, it's gonna what President Trump's about to do right now, it's about to change the game. You guys are gonna see right here, come April 1st, I guess April 1st, 2020 is gonna take effect. You guys are gonna see all the people that were on food stamps flooding the job market. They won't be able to hide it now. They're going to be forced out. And again, I'm not saying all the people on there are lazy or whatever. I'm just saying the people that have been taking advantage of the food stamp program, all that's going to stop. All that, people getting the food stamp card, trading it, and getting for cash and all this stuff, all that's going to stop. All that. Because if the people got to get out there and work for those food stamps to keep, the likelihood of them giving those food stamps away are highly unlikely. That's not going to happen. So those of you that have been buying food stamps from people for half the price with cashola, that's going to come to a stop. That's coming to an end. Believe that. Those days are done. Norvell says, I remember Obama once said that Social Security may not be around in the next 50 years or so. People are living much longer, and freeloaders of society are contributing to the Social Security. And the freeloaders of society are contributing. You know what? Again, when we talk about Social Security, man, I always hear that subject come up, and I always often wonder, why do people always talk about Social Security running out and all this other stuff? Who cares? Who cares if it runs out? If you have your own money in the bank, are you going to really care if Social Security runs out? Who cares? You know, most people got to stop pointing the finger at people. Point the finger at yourself, and this is how you start. Not talking to you directly, Norvell. I'm just saying in general. This is how you got to start right now. If your finances were your business today, would you still be in business? If the answer is no, that is where you start. Once you fix that and change that to a yes, you won't have to worry about Social Security running out or not. You won't have to worry about that. DTN says credit was not high enough, and my truck I had finally let me down. It was so much wrong with it. Well, DTN, since I know you, how come you didn't have the money to buy your own truck? How come you believe you were forced to finance a truck? And second of all, why did you need your grandfather's help? Something's not making sense. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I should have kept ready. Okay. You didn't have enough credit history. Okay. But okay, I'm not knocking your situation. Everybody's situation different. I'm not coming down on you, but I wish you would have did this. If your grandfather's going to co-sign, I wish you would have like co-signed on a loan or something to where you probably could have got that same truck you have right now by buying it from somebody in credit trouble for half the price. That's why. That I wish you would have did that, you know. But everybody's situation is different. DTN says, "Trust me, I didn't want to get it, but I felt like it was the only option because I couldn't buy one cash." And that's another question of mine, DTN. How come you couldn't buy one cash? Do you need to see me, DTN? Norvell said Trump also needs cut welfare. In due time, everything changes. Just like the whole revamp of the tax system, it's coming. Anything that hasn't changed in over like 100 years, it's about to change. Norvell says, I want my Social Security check. Oh, man, I'm not even thinking about that. DTN, don't worry, bro. I started with my mom's cosign and have no score of 666, have a score of 666. LA Sports Live says not everyone has a job career that has a nice 401k or retirement. That's why some people care about Social Security. Let me read that slower, okay? So we can make sure everybody in the room hears this, okay? Not everyone has a job/career that has a nice 401k and or retirement. That's why some people care about Social Security. 401k, job, career, none of that has nothing to do with anything I'm talking about. Nothing. That's exactly what people need to stop thinking. Thinking something has to do with their career, their job, their 401k, retirement. They think it has something to do with that. No, it doesn't. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. There are brain surgeons that are broke. They make $300,000-$400,000 a year. They're broke. What's that? They got a career. They think they have a nice 401k. They don't. Nobody. You can't have anything if you're broke. Money doesn't exist for people who live in the negative. Add up all your savings. Not you, LA Sports. I'm talking just to everybody. Add up all your savings and add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that number is a large negative number, money doesn't exist for you. That's how much you're worth today, right now. Don't worry about Social Security. I mean, you look at that large negative number right now and you see where you're at today. And it's like, don't even worry about Social Security right now. Think about getting rid of that large negative number. So I wonder why you don't have any money today. Because can you imagine you carry this large negative number all the way to your old age, and that debt has to get paid? Guess what they're going to take it out of? Your Social Security. So if you think Social Security ain't nothing, that's nothing without money being taken out for debt. Imagine Social Security with debt being taken out of it. Come on, man. Minister Me Master 74. Do you do private consulting, sir? I do. Here, let me throw that up there. Right there. See scrolling on the bottom there? Master, go to that website, SavingsMinusDebt.com. Go there and book your free 30-minute consultation right there. You can do it all yourself. Go to my website below. Right down there. Master. Scrolling there along the bottom. Mark says, man, you know what? I'm going to build a food first and just take walks in the garden, in my garden, not worrying about food stamps, 401k, retirement, nothing. You don't need to worry about any of that. Any of that. When you get out of debt, people that are new to this room, let me tell you something. When you get out of debt, you don't even think about money. The only reason why I'm talking about this topic right now, because there's a lot of people that can relate to it, but I'm not involved in it. I just see it. Like LA Sports Live, he said that thing, people don't have this and that. People really believe it has anything to do with 401k, jobs, careers. It has nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. People just need something to point at. I have no idea, but I do know now because I used to do the same thing when I was in the debt matrix. I point at it's got to be somebody's fault. It got to be because of taxes. It got to be because of the president. It got to be because of the governor. It got to be because of the mayor. It got to be somebody. It got to be somebody. No, it was me. It was you, Linnell. It was you. Jennifer says, my question regarding SS was because of my parents who live off of it. Social Security, yeah. Ooh, man. That is not good news. That is not good news. Like, don't let me get into too deep into that, Jennifer. I really don't, because I just don't look at Social Security like that. I don't look at them like, oh my God, I hope some money's there for me. No, I'm not even relying on that. I'm relying on me. Right now, I have the ability to get up and get out into this world and make some real money. DTN says, Linnell, I'm going to work my ass off to get out of that negative. Do it as fast as you can. And next time, DTN, please call me first before you make that kind of decision. Because I'm not saying not finance the car. I'm saying if you get in a tight situation like that, man, if they're going to co-sign for you, that means they could probably get you a loan. You get a loan for the amount of money, and then you take that cash and go buy it cash from a person that's in debt trouble. And you can even work it out with the bank and say, hey, bank, I'm going to go get this car. Even though you guys are going to give me this much, I'm going to go get this car that's going to be worth more than that loan. And then you guys get to hold this loan. You guys can hold this title until I pay this money back. How about that? They're not going to turn that deal down for nothing. If you can borrow, like, I'm going to just throw this number out there. If you can borrow $10,000 and the truck is worth $15,000 because the person needs money, they're going to take that all day, every day. You're going to take 10,000. You're going to buy a truck that's worth 15,000, and you're going to let them hold the title until you pay their money back. You better believe they're going to take that deal. I guarantee you, if you did that, they wouldn't even need a co-signer. LA Sports, I see your point. Thank you, man. Because like when you come here, man, I want you to understand when you come in this room, I'm not belittling anybody. If you got a question, don't be, please don't let my response intimidate. I'm not saying that it does. Okay. I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying anybody in this room, I don't want you to think I'm going to respond with, hey, you're dumb. You shouldn't do this. No, no, I'm just telling you what is. And everything I'm saying can be justified with mathematics. Okay. MinMaster, okay, you're able to get there. I hope you get to the website, all right, man, and just click on the button down there right on the front. Book your free consultation, make whatever time, and then we talk. Norvell says most of America's problems stem from our inability to live below our means. We feel we must have the 300K home or that 80K BMW instead of the 50K home and fix up and that 5K vehicle. Yes, that's what TV does. TV does that. That's why it doesn't matter. If I gave a person in debt $1 million, you know what they would do? They would just go out and finance a bigger car, finance a bigger house, finance more expensive furniture, more expensive washer and dryer. They would finance all because they're like, I'm not going to spend all my money. I'll just make payments. Exactly. That's why you're going to run out of money. That's why you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life. It's a mentality. This $700, don't look at this $700 food stamp cutoff as like is like they're punishing somebody. No, they're doing a sweep. This is going to sweep out all the scammers, all the people that have been sitting on their butt, just taking advantage of the system. This is going to sweep out all those people. You guys are all going to see them. You're going to hear them. You're going to hear them at work. Oh my God, I ain't got enough food. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Then you'll know they were part of the $700 cutoff food stamps. Because people be trading the food stamps for cash, getting money for half the price, sell $100 worth of food stamps for $50. People do that all the time. Now that they have to, instead of just sitting at home doing nothing, now that they have to get out and work 20 hours, they're not going to be doing that anymore. Believe that, all that stops. Gabriel says 50% of Americans earn $30,000 a year. Yeah, so what? I live off of $35,000 a year right now. I live off of between $30,000 and $35,000 a year right now. So I have no idea what that statement means, Gabriel. What does that mean? Oh, you must be talking about people trying to live off of $30,000 while they're in debt, while they have car payments, mortgage payments, credit card payments. Oh yeah, they're in poverty. Believe that. But $35,000 a year with no debt? Oh, you're living lovely. How do I know this, Gabriel? Because I'm doing it. And I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not living on $35,000 on purpose. No, that's just all it takes to live the lifestyle that I'm living right now today. That's all it takes. Barely that. See what I'm saying? Now remember, when you post comments, I only can read the comments. Sometimes I can't, remember, I can't hear the reason or the emotion behind the comments, so I can only read what I'm saying here. Thanks, Linnell. Thought I'd share with you. I got to run. I'll catch you. Hey, man, you're welcome, man. You're welcome, DTN. Man, come see me next time you do stuff like that, man. I do not want to see you fall under pressure like what the millions of Americans do. Oh, man, I couldn't do anything. Oh, man, I had to finance this car. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Leanne Bentley says, are you living with someone? Yes, I live with my girlfriend. Hyphy says, I cannot confirm this, but rumor has it I buy food stamps for I cannot confirm this, but it's you, right? You talk about you. But rumor has it I buy food stamps for half the price. If the food stamp recipients sell them me, they sell them to someone else. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying like this. Rumor has it If they got to get out there and work the 20 hours to keep those food stamps, guess what? They're not going to be selling them for half price no more. That's going to stop. They're going to be like, oh, hell no, no, no. I had to work 20 hours. No, I got to keep these. LA Sports Live says, hello, I hear you, but I'm not sure my family of 4 could live off $35K a year in Los Angeles. Probably not. Time to move out of Los Angeles. LA Sports Live, you're answering the question yourself. You can't live off $35,000 a year in Los Angeles. Time to move out of Los Angeles. Move to a place that you can. It's really simple. It's not really hard what I'm saying. Yep, it's too expensive here. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. Leanne Bentley says, if you were living by yourself, could you survive off 30? Could you survive off? Yeah, I'm doing it now. My girlfriend doesn't work. She doesn't have a job. We are both living off of $35,000 a year. Now, Leanne, I know why you're asking that question. Don't get me wrong. I know why you're asking that question. I promise you, I know why you're asking that question. It seems impossible. You'd be like, oh, no way. You'd be on the streets or you'd be living on First Avenue down by the druggies. I know that's what society makes you believe, but it's not true. Only people in debt. You got to remember, whoever's giving you that information, this is how you tell if it's valid information that people are telling you that. Ask to see their personal credit report first. Anybody that gives you financial information, you ask to see their personal credit report first, not their credit score, but their entire credit report. All 3. I promise you, it will give you the answer to why they are answering that question that way. Promise you. Leanne says, if you are living by yourself, then you should be making $60,000 a year. If you are living by yourself, then you should be making okay, Leanne, who says I should be making $60,000 a year? I don't get what you're saying, honestly. Why should I be making $60,000 a year? I'm not quite understand. Well, you might as well just throw any number in there. I think I should be making $200,000 a year. You got to remember why do you say that? Why are you saying that I should be doubled? By the way, great questions, Leanne. I really do appreciate it. I don't want anybody coming in here thinking I'm trying to get on them about something. I'm just doing mathematics, you guys. That's it. And I'm sharing information with you guys by how I'm living. I can prove everything I'm saying. If you want to go to my Facebook, you can go look at my full entire credit report, facebook.com/debt ain't my dad. And let me throw that up there so you guys can see it. Where did I put it? There it goes. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now just go there, go to my Facebook. Go to my Facebook and see my entire credit report. Go see the entire thing. Entire credit report. And then when you go see it, I want you to ask yourself, have you ever seen anybody on the internet show you their entire credit report? Has anybody ever done that for you? Has anybody ever did that? And then ask yourself, why is Linnell the only person on the internet showing his whole entire credit report? Because the rest of the people don't want you to see that they're in debt. Nicer says, when you're debt free, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Exactly. It's about how much you have. It has nothing to do with how much money you make. Nothing. Liang, when you're debt free, you can clearly see life is not expensive at all. It's not even expensive. It's not expensive. It's not expensive at all. You can live in LA. $35,000. It'd be tight, but I could do it. Quentin says, when you have no debt, you can live off $30,000 a year and have a great living and take vacations. All that. Quentin is 100% right, people. Let me tell you something. You can live lovely off of 30K and nobody will even be able to tell that you're only doing it with $30,000 a year. Nobody will even be able to tell at all. What's up, NC worker? Welcome. Nobody will even be able to tell that that you're living off of $30,000 because you're getting all the same services, doing all the same things as people in debt, but you're doing it at a quarter of the price because you can, because you have money. I always try to give this example so people can see. The average cell phone bill is at least $100, $120 a month. Okay? 100 and 100 between $100 and $120 a month. And that's just a single plan. Let's not even get into the family plans, but the single plans, right? I pay $20 a month. $20 a month. Now that's just the phone bill is just one thing that I'm telling you right now. That's just one. That's just one thing. Now you do the same thing with pretty much all your debts and the way you're living. You will have the exact same things that you're living right now, but at a quarter of the price. Because why? I buy everything for people in credit trouble that don't believe, that try to live $100,000 lifestyle on $30,000 So I come and buy my stuff for a quarter the price with cash from them because they're in credit trouble and cannot figure out why they can't get ahead. And they believe the hypes, believe the news, say, hey man, if you're making $30,000, you're poor, you're under middle class, whatever they believe, they just believe it. R. Carp says debt-free is the real American dream. No, debt-free is the real American life. It's not even a dream, it's real life, R. Carp. Don't forget the American dream. You must remain asleep. You must remain asleep to live the American dream. We are out of the American dream. We are the American life. Pedro says, I don't even look at my bank account no more. I live below my means and know exactly how much I'm putting in my savings monthly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Tell him, Pedro, man. I don't even look at my bank account. Why? I mean, I do once a month, maybe twice, maybe twice a month, because I just like to check, make sure no fraud's going on. You know, I'll check in and out, but just to check to see the balance and all. No, for what? There is absolutely no reason for that at all. Jennifer says 100%, Quentin. Exactly. Liang says, well, you should be investing in a 401k or 457b plan, which is 2020, 19. How would you accomplish that on $35,000 a year? You wouldn't. Liang, you keep mixing things up. I did not say ever that you could max out a 401k at 19,500 in 2020, make it $35,000 a year. That's mathematically impossible. So you can't. No one says you have to either. Nobody says you have to do those things, Liang. If I'm gonna give you a piece of advice, Liang. Do this. And this will be the best investment advice you probably ever heard in your life. If you stop financing things starting today, right now, anybody listening, it's not just directly at Liang, I'm just saying this to the general room. If you stop financing anything that depreciates right now today, you will be financially free for the rest of your life. I'm going to say it one more time so you can get it. Today, If you make it up in your mind right now that you say, I will never ever finance anything that goes down in value, that is what depreciate means. Anything that goes down in value, if I stop today, I will be rich for the rest of my life. I'll be financially free for the rest of my life. That's the best financial advice you could ever, ever, ever have in your life. Because I'm going to say this to you, Liang, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm saying, okay? Say like a person makes $100,000 and they say like they make $100,000 a year right now, but they have $200,000 in student loan debt. Okay, they make $100,000, but they have $200,000 in student loan debt. Okay, according to math, 100,000 minus 200,000 is negative $100,000. Negative 100,000. Now, if somebody, what you believe, because you believe somebody's that's making $100,000, they should be able to put $19,000 and 19.5 into their 401k, right? That just makes sense, right? But according to math, they're negative $100,000. Savings minus debt equals how much money they have to contribute to their 401k. So if they're negative $100,000, how much money do they have to put in their 401k? Nothing. You cannot invest negative dollars into your 401k or anything. As a matter of fact, you cannot. That's mathematically impossible. But yet people do it every day, Liang. People do it every day. Contribute to their 401k while they're deep in debt. When math will clearly show they're not contributing to their 401k because they're mathematically in debt. People in this room, you want to know how much you're contributing to your 401k? Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, from that large negative number, now that's how much, whatever number you're contributing to your 401k, that's the pot of money that you're taking it from, that large negative number. Wait a minute, you can't invest negative money into your 401k? Ding ding, you're right. I know you feel like you are, but you're not. That's mathematically impossible. Now, if you're in this room getting upset at what I'm saying, right? What do you mean? Who is he? You don't have no college degree. You're not a finance major, this and that, and blockety blah, 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 right? I'm sure that's okay. That's normal. That's normal for people to respond. But I have a question for you. Is my math right? It is. I'm gonna just say it is right now. My math is right. And now you gotta ask yourself this question. If my math is right, why are you upset about it? Why are you mad? I didn't invent math. I didn't invent math. Why would you don't pass? I'm the messenger. Math was here before I was born. It'll be here after I'm dead. Quentin says there's no such thing as investing when you're in debt. Yes, exactly. That's mathematically impossible, people. Hey, you guys, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. According to math says it's mathematically impossible to invest negative dollars. Hit that like button, you guys. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Please share with other people. I'm trying to grow up here. I'm trying to grow, man. Shirts coming out soon. I'm going to let you guys know when my shirts are available. I can't wait to see the responses when you guys wear these shirts around. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how many people turn to you and say, what? What does that mean? Huh? Jennifer says it's incredulous to people that you live off okay, gotcha. That you live off 35,000 but have no debt. That's the game changer. And that's right. You guys look at this. That's why I can do it. I have no debt. When you have no debt, you have no due dates. There's no due dates to keep track of because I have no debt. OG Syrup says, can't argue with 20K. I appreciate that wake-up call earlier. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Officially on my way out of this debt matrix. Come on, man. Hey, keep coming back to my channel, man. I got my hand out. Hey, I'm right here. I'm reaching. Imagine me reaching through the box glass window of the debt matrix. You see this? You see this black hands going through the, like, who is that? That's me, man. I'm trying to bring you out of there. Mark says savings minus debt may equal broke for you, may equal free. Know it and go be free. Exactly, man. Savings minus debt equals the cost of your slave papers. Debt is the colorblind slave master, so don't think it has anything to do with your color of your skin. Don't debt is the color. All it sees is green. It doesn't care you gay, straight, short, tall, black, white, Chinese. It don't care. It sees green. Period. Quentin says, clean up all your debt. Then you will have the cash money to invest. You will have the cash money to buy everything half price. Get rid of that back child support. Believe that. That's not going anywhere. These are the top bad boys. IRS debt, student loan debt, child support. Those are the bad boys that don't go nowhere. You got to pay off every single dime. I don't care how you do it, just do it. James says, when you have student loans, the interest is around $3 a day. Ooh, man, they were getting me good, man. And just think, you guys, it took me 10 years to pay off my student loans. 10 years. I don't even want to add that debt up. I don't even want to add it up. I'm just happy that it's at zero. I don't want to add it up. I'm too scared to add it up. Even though I've been debt free for about six going on 7 years, something around there, right? I would still cry if I added up all my student loan debt I paid over those 10 years. If I added in all the interest and all the late this and that, whatever I would cry. I know I'd cry. I'd cry. OG Syrup says, came up with a plan to smash it this afternoon, though. I'm excited as hell. Good, man. If you need my help, there's my website scrolling along the bottom. Click free 30-minute consultation. I can help you skip a lot of hurdles. I can help you skip a lot of hurdles. I can help you avoid listening to people in the debt matrix. Because people in the debt matrix, they don't know what they're saying. They're only speaking debt. They're only speaking debt. Nicer says, I see Mark's picture and the Lion King song pops in my head. Right? I know, right? That background. Gabriel says, being debt free alleviates your soul. It does, man. Gabriel, you're young, man. If I knew what I knew today at this age, you're going to be able to do whatever a 19, 20-year-old do, and you're going to do it debt free, man. You're going to do it debt free. So by the time you're 30, you'll be ready to do whatever you want to do. This is the best way I can describe it. You can be 19, 20 and still do 20, 21-year-old things, but you're going to be doing while you're doing it with cash, your friends are going to be doing it with credit. So by the time they are 30, they're going to be so buried in debt, and you're going to be so free. They're going to be wondering why you ain't got bags under your eyes. Why is your hair not gray? How come you're always happy? How come you don't care? How come you don't let your job rule you? How come you're not stressed over your job? You're going to be like, because I won't let them do that. Snuggle says, I got a copy of my credit report. That's good. That's how you start. Snuggle says, when you go co-sign for people, it can be very tricky. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Snuggles. What can what can be very tricky? What are you talking about? When you co-sign for people, it can be very tricky. I have no idea what you mean by that. I don't co-sign for people. So what's tricky about it? What's tricky about that, Snuggles? Because I don't co-sign for nobody. So you tell me what are they, the people that you're co-signing for can be tricky? You're co-signing for them for a reason. I have no idea. It's like this, Snuggles. If you're co-signing for somebody, right? That means the bank is saying we're not gonna give this person a loan without somebody else we can attach to, because there's a reason why the bank's turning them down. So by you co-signing for a person that the bank turned down, you're basically saying, hey, I don't care what you say, bank. I still believe this person is going to pay back the money. The bank says, okay, whatever, long as you attach your name to it. So when this person doesn't, we're coming after you. And you're giving us permission to come after you and take your money and garnish your wages and blah, giddy, blah. Okay, cool. We said we don't trust that person, but if, hey, whatever, if you say you do, okay, cool. Sign on a dotted line then. Snuggle says it's on my credit report and it shows me $20,000 in debt. Ooh, 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 wee. Gabriel says the best investment to do is a laundromat. Okay. If you say so. I don't know anything about laundromats, so I don't know. Any other questions, you guys? Anybody want to join in? You can anytime. You don't have to come on camera. You could just use the microphone if you want. I'm gonna tell you guys something. There's nothing like financial freedom. So when you see things like government shuts down, 700 people will lose their food stamps. I mean, I just read about it. I mean, because it doesn't affect me at all. Whether they do it or don't do it, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Government shut down or not. I don't care. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. And once you get out of debt, you can see it. You can see that there's not a certain amount of money you should be making. You you don't have to invest in your 401k. I mean, I do it. I tell people to do it because of the tax savings. There's not, people in debt look at the match, right? They look, hey, I get a 6% match of my employer, 3%. That's not the real savings on the 401k. That's not the real money. Okay. The front end, what everybody sees is not the real money savings. The real money savings is in taxes. It's not the match. It's the taxes you save. The taxes you don't pay, guaranteed every single year. Guaranteed. You get guaranteed. There's no investment. What was that? Whoa. What is that noise? Okay. Oh, sorry, you guys. Just a second. Every year, there's a guaranteed tax savings. Every single year. Every year. No investment outside of yourself guarantees any returns. There's no guaranteed ROI investing in whatever you're investing in. If you max out your 401k, there's a guaranteed ROI every single year. Every year. Guaranteed ROI. The guaranteed ROI is taxes. Return on investment. ROI. But this is called, listen closely, you guys. This is called phantom income. People in debt cannot see the return on a 401k via taxes because it's mathematically impossible for them to see or even know about it. That's why it's called phantom income. And those of you out of debt, maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't. That's called phantom income. Those of you guys out of debt, I'm going to show you another piece of phantom income. Each time somebody finances a car, they're financing the taxes too. Not only are they paying the taxes, they're financing the taxes too. That's called phantom income. They don't know they're doing it. They cannot see that. Why? Because they are in debt. They cannot see it. They believe financing cars is a normal, everyday thing that people do. That's what they believe. The majority of people in debt believe if you make $35,000 a year, you are a bum. That is not true. That's what people in debt believe. $700,000 in food stamps is crazy because you only can make so much money to even be approved for food stamps, right? If you make too much money, you can't even be approved for food stamps. So if you're on food stamps and they're about to make this move and force people to go out and work, they're only going to be able to make so much money to be able to remain on food stamps. So that means they're going to take a low-paying job so they can continue to get their food stamps. They just don't want to improve. Jennifer says, I salute the younger folks on your channel. I wish I could turn back time. Jennifer, you're still young. That cracks me up when young people talking about, oh man, if I could just turn back the time. You are still young. I know, listen to me closely, okay? 50, I'll be 50 in a few days, okay? On the 16th, I'll be 50, right? Don't think 50's old because it's not. It's not old. You're just young. 50 can look any way you want it to look. All you got to do is take care of yourself. And how you do that, you get out of debt, I promise you, you will take care of yourself. You will take care of yourself when you're out of debt. You now have the time to take care of yourself because you don't have to work overtime. You don't have to fight for hours. You don't have to do any of that. You come in, do your job, and you leave. Period. If you work 8 to 5, you're gonna get there at 8. Do your job to the best of your abilities. As soon as 5 o'clock hit, you're out. Any other questions? You guys think I'm harsh? I don't think I'm harsh. And it's okay. If you think I'm harsh, just tell me, hey, Linnell, Linnell, you're too harsh. But then you're gonna have to answer though. You're gonna have to answer. Why do you what am I doing to be harsh? It's the way I'm distributing math, and the way I'm saying math. What is it? It's like when you guys hear me say, "Hey, my channel is unlike any channel on YouTube." Am I lying? When you guys go channel surfing on YouTube looking for financial information, do you ever come across somebody's channel that tells it to you this easily, this simplified, with basic, with basic, with basic, with basic mathematics? Do you guys? I wish to God somebody would have told me like this when I was 18. I wish somebody would have told me about finances just like the way I'm sharing with you at 18. I would have killed it years ago. Years ago, I'd have been a multimillionaire years ago. Years ago. James Stokes says, no, you're not harsh. Nah, Nicer says, you're not, says, nah, you ain't harsh. You're just straightforward, plain and simple. Exactly. That's it. I'm not, and that's what I want people to see. I want people to see I'm just talking mathematics. That's it. And Liang, I thank you. Liang says just straightforward. And I thank you for your questions. And I want to, you're new to the SMD family. This is a savings minus debt family, SMD family, right? This is the safe zone for you to ask any and all personal financial questions you wish, because every answer I get that I give you is going to be justified with mathematics. You're going to just see it. You're going to be like, okay, why is Linnell saying that? Oh, because he did this with mathematics. And yep, that's negative. Nope, you can't invest negative dollars. That's true. Mathematics says you can't. And then you just go, and then that's the glitch in the debt matrix. Mathematics is the glitch in the debt matrix. Okay, that's the glitch. This is how you catch yourself. You're like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. I didn't look at it that way. If I finance a car, I'm financing the taxes too. Why? Because since I didn't even have the money for the car, that's why I'm financing it. I obviously have to finance the taxes too, because if I didn't have the money for the car, I definitely got the money for the taxes. So I got to finance the whole thing. Yes, you got to finance the taxes too. And can you imagine how upside down in the car you'll be? Like, check it out. I'm going to walk you guys a simplified walkthrough on financing a car, okay? Just real quick. A lot of people in the debt matrix can't see this, right? When you walk up and you finance a car, right? First, they go by your gross income. Okay, this is all people believe a car goes down in value before the drive off when you drive it off the lot. No, it goes down in value before you even got the keys in your hand, right? So first of all, the car lot is selling the car at a profit. So they're actually selling the car more for what it's worth. That's how they stay in business. So they're selling at a profit, right? But you come and finance the car going by your gross income. Gross income is before taxes. They're going by money that you're not even going to see. So you're already upside down in the car before you even approved. Now they're going to approve you by your credit score. Hopefully you have good credit, but you got to remember, people that finance cars don't know what's really happening. So if you knew how far you're going upside down in the car, you would never finance a car. But anyway, now you're financing a car. They're going by your 3 credit scores. How do you know they're not picking the lowest credit score so they can charge you the highest interest rate? You just never know. So all you doing is crossing your fingers and hoping you get that car, right? So now they're basing a car payment based on your gross income, money that you're never going to get. You're already upside down in the car. You ain't even got the keys, right? Then you get approved. Then you get a percentage rate. Now you're financing the car. Then you're financing the taxes too. And then you're going to throw in some warranty, bumper to bumper. And then you're going to throw in some undercoating and all this other stuff. It just stacks and stacks and stacks. And you're so far upside down in that car, you have not a clue. And here you are walking away with the 84-month car loan, really believing that you got it for the sticker sale price that you saw in the window when you pulled up. People in debt can't even see that. Can't even see it. I have smart people with money still leasing cars and still think they're winning. Still think they're winning. It doesn't matter your occupation. It doesn't matter how much money you make. None of that matters. Quentin says, Linnell, you good. People act funny and shady when they start realizing how much debt they're in. They do. When that honestly should, let me, and let me give you guys some views outside the debt matrix. Number one, I swear to you, I can see how the whole economy works. I can see it. It's crystal clear. None of it's hidden. None of this is hidden. Outside the debt matrix, fear of debt is part of the design of the system. You being scared of your finances is part of the system, because what you're saying is this: you're scared of mathematics. And you got to think to yourself, why am I scared of math? Why am I scared of math? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, 5 plus 5 equals 10. Ooh, oh my God, it equals 10? I mean, that's that's what it sounds like when you're scared of mathematics. That doesn't even make any sense. Nisa says LJ is gonna kill it as a guest on Dave Ramsey show, speaking into existence. I can't wait till I'm on his show. I cannot wait till I'm on Dave Ramsey's show, Chris Hogan's show. I'm looking forward to it. They're going to discover me. I've had for those of you guys in the SMD family, I'm on Instagram as SavingsMinusDebt, right? If you watch his videos, he has this skinny dude with glasses. He does he hosts his shows like on this like when Dave Ramsey goes to different states to host his events, all right? There's a guy that always says, "Hey, Tennessee, look at everybody," and then he shows the crowd him going back. That guy has liked quite a few of my videos already on Instagram. So I already know he's watching me because he's liked my videos and stuff more than once, more my memes and my videos more than once. So I know that guy sees me, and he's not a follower. I don't know the guy's name, but you just go check him out on Dave Ramsey. James Stokes says people talk about sex before they talk about finance. Exactly, they sure do. We'll talk about sex in a minute. You start getting on money? Oh no, we ain't talking about that. That's by design, people. That's by design. And you know what's crazy? Back to the car thing. This is what I was thinking about the other day. And I have no idea why this is not illegal. Now imagine what I've just told you about using your gross income to uh, see how much you're going to finance a car, right? Imagine, and everybody does this, they bring in a car with negative equity, right? And they roll that negative equity of the previous car into the new loan. So now, not only you financing taxes on the car you're trying to finance, you're paying taxes on the money that's rolled into the new loan. You financing it all plus tax. And from what I've seen, I have not seen there's a limit to how much negative equity they can roll into a new loan. I don't see no limits. Matter of fact, when we get off this live, I'm gonna see if there's a limit on how much a company can roll a negative loan from a previous trade-in car into a new loan. Is there a limit? They can roll $5, $10, $15,000 into the new loan. I have no idea why that's not illegal. I have no idea. And then on top of that, then they offer you gap insurance. Like this is if you got gap insurance, this is why you have gap insurance because you've rolled negative equity into your new loan into a car that you couldn't afford in the first place. That's why they offer you gap insurance. They only offer gap insurance to people that are in debt. Quentin says extended warranty on vehicles if one off the biggest scams ever. Exactly. Is one of the biggest scams. Yeah, one of the biggest scams. It is. But again, Quentin, it's not a scam if they just use mathematics. Quentin, would they be able to scam you if you had your calculator out and you just put the numbers in the calculator and say, oh man, if I did that, I'll be paying 2 times for that. No, thank you. You just say, no, thank you. Nicer said people will talk about UFOs before they talk about finance, like the silly Area 51 bum rush they're talking about on Facebook early this year. I know I unfollow anybody that does that type of nonsense because it means nothing. It's like, what do you talk? Those are all obstacles for people just to follow. People will follow anything. And if people are in debt going to Area 51, guess what? They're swiping credit cards for gas, renting cars, driving their finance car to Area 51, just driving down in debt, thinking they're going to. I have no idea what they're thinking. I really don't. Just that it's just going to cost them more money to do something that's pretty much pointless. Will S says a lot of people do not budget. If you budget and make every dollar count, you will not even consider financing anything. Exactly. Well, you know what? And I say like this: if you're in debt, it is very important to budget. Okay, but when you're out of debt, you really don't have to budget because you don't spend money like that. You just don't. It's a natural process. Once you're financially free, you naturally budget. It's not even it's not even a thought in my head, you guys. It's not even a thought in my head. You just I know I'm never going to finance a car. I'm never going to need to say, hey, my God, I'm in trouble. I need to finance this $15,000 car. That's never going to happen ever. That's never going to happen. My debt, Gabriel says, my debt won't listen to me. Your debt owns you, Gabriel? Oh, Gabriel's saying debt is his master. Because you said it won't listen to you. That means it controls you, Gabriel. You got to switch that, man. Your debt has to listen to you. If you want to beat it, your debt has to listen to you. You guys are friends, huh? I'm telling you guys, if you are financing a car, I got some bad news for you. They got you. The best part is, though, now you know it. Now you know it. People love to complain about their debt, but try to give them a solution. They don't want to hear none of that. They don't want to hear none of that. Hey, yeah, man, you tired of complaining about that debt? Yeah, what can I do? You just got to pay it off. What? What do you do? Pay it off? That'll take me forever. Yeah, if you want it to be forever, yeah, I guess. But there is no other option. No, there's got to be. But no, there's not. There's got to be. Gabriel says he's renting a Lamborghini to impress girls while being in debt. Yeah, there's plenty of. Hey, Gabriel, there's people that rent. When I say rent, I'm saying renting from the bank. Uh, Making car payments, that's renting from the bank too. That's just long-term renting, right? They're renting Mercedes, new Corvettes. The new Corvette's about to come out. The new Tesla truck's about to come out. You better believe people are going to be getting ready to. They got their financing all set up for the new Tesla truck. So now, check it out. This is going to happen, you guys. This is how I see the whole economy. Now you'll see people in the debt matrix will see people with the new Tesla truck and look at that person driving the truck as if they're rich. Because people in the debt matrix will think like this: if that person has the new Tesla truck, he must have money. That's how people in debt think. You know, how people that are financially free like me, I would look at the truck and say, "Wow, cool truck." Hey, person driving the truck, that's a cool truck. I don't think that person driving the truck is rich. I just think he's driving a cool truck. That's it. It's none of my business how he got it. But I'm not going to look at that person like, ooh, that person's rich. No, no, I don't do any of that. When you're out of the debt matrix, I don't look at things. Everything's a thing: a Lamborghini, a R8, a new Corvette, a big house, a convertible Porsche. Those are all depreciating things. Things I see people have that I have no idea how they obtained. I mean, would you be impressed if you saw a person with a drop top, brand new, top rated Corvette, the new mid engine one that comes out? But but if you knew he had $100,000 in student loan debt, would you still be impressed by his Corvette? Would that still impress you? That wouldn't impress me. I'd be like, dude, why'd you get that Corvette when you got $100,000 in student loan debt? Or the people that try to convince you to invest instead of paying off your student loan debt. They're telling you to invest with negative dollars. You have no choice but to borrow money to invest. You're investing indirectly for the bank. That's what you're doing. You're investing indirectly for the bank. SMD family. I don't know how we're gonna do it, man. I don't know how we're gonna get this message out there to people. I have no idea. I know I see you trying, Nicer. I thank you for your help, Nicer. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your help. And everybody else that's doing it, that's sharing it with their friends. I'm not just saying you guys are not, but I want you guys to also at the same time, I want you guys to see the response of the people you try to share it with. This should show you how much room it is over here to become a multi-billionaire. There is no competition over here, none. That's what I'm talking about. Any questions? Kind of quiet out there. Any questions? Anybody new to my channel, welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody believes in credit and debt. What's that? Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that. Okay. Gabriel says, the thing I'm going to do is reach $1 million. You know, once you get there, Gabriel, because I know you will, you're 19, you'll be able to get there easily, right? Once you get to the $1 million, you're gonna start to realize that the word million is just a word to describe a lot of money. Okay, million, billion. You're not even gonna care about that name anymore because you're gonna realize that if the majority of people are in debt, you're not going to be walking around telling everybody that you have millions of dollars in the bank. You're not going to do that. There's absolutely no point to do that or even show that. I'm going to be that multi-billion-dollar person that's in the background, but since I'm in the forefront, I'm going to let people believe what they want to believe as I'm growing, right? But I'm not going to be telling people, because people will take it wrong, like, oh, he just rubbed it in our face. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you, I'm just using mathematics. Mark says the universe will bring those who are ready. Exactly. That's why, hey, Mark, that's why you and I talk. Thank you for the interview the other day, man. You think if we didn't speak the same language, the universe wouldn't have brought us together? Hey, Mark, you're gonna keep learning things. Like when we did the interview today, and you said, "Hey, man, yeah, I'm thinking about I'm gonna pay off my debt by 2024." And then when I said something, I said, "Man, you can do that in a year and a half." You were like, "Oh." Those type of moments are gonna continue to happen. And Mark, when you're like out, I'm telling you, you're gonna go through a phase for about a year because you're gonna see how easy it was to become a millionaire. And you're gonna go through this phase. You're 30, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal, but it's just a phase you're gonna go through. You're gonna be like, damn, I could have been a millionaire years ago. Because you're gonna clearly see the path. You're gonna clearly see the path to do it. You're gonna be like, damn. Then you're gonna get over that, and then you'll be a multimillionaire. But by the time you got 20 years on me, okay? Quentin says, keep doing what you're doing. I can't even stop, Quentin. This is my passion. I can't even stop. You guys see how many videos I got? Does it look like I'm joking? You see all these videos I'm kicking out, and my videos are not short. They're like 2 hours long. Did that sound like somebody that's faking it? This is my passion. Quit. Not saying that you're saying I'm faking or not. I'm saying in general, this is my passion. You guys have no idea. Let me tell you something. You guys have no idea how powerful it is to have such a unique passion that I can back up to be 100% true with mathematics. That is how I know this is my passion. I can tell somebody the truth. I can prove it to them with mathematics, and they still don't believe me. That's how I knew this was my passion. James Stokes says a friend of mine worked at a dealership. A friend of mine worked at a dealership. I wonder why nobody had a new car. Now I know why. They know not to finance the cars. Exactly. It could be, you know what? It could be a multiple of things. I don't want you to think that every car salesman, they know about not financing. Excuse me. Every banker knows not to finance. That's not true. Their title has nothing. Some might have known, some might have not known. Some might have couldn't afford a car. You just never know. Lance Brown says, which accounting software do you favor? Quicken, Excel, something else? Lance, I really don't use accounting software. I just get a CPA because I really don't want to. I really don't even want to know about that kind of stuff. I just know how to pick the right CPA. Right? You just. I asked to see their personal credit report. Plus, I'm not really that big to have a high-powered CPA, but the way things are going this year, 2020 is going to be. I'm going to get a very, very professional CPA. And I know how I'm going to pick them. I'm going to ask to see their personal credit report. If it's not a company, you know what I'm saying? Any other questions, you guys? I got to get some water. Whoop, crap. I got to get some water here. 1 second, you guys. What are these plugs? Any other questions while we're waiting? Thank you for the question, Lance. Appreciate it. One second, you guys. I had to get some water. Try not to, for those of you guys that are in debt, try not to make it too complicated, okay? You don't really need top graded software. You just need to go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. T-shirts coming soon. Once I teach you how simple this is, you're going to be mad at yourself. You're going to be totally, totally mad at yourself for not seeing something so simple to see. That video I did earlier today, all you got to do, go rewatch that video. If you guys didn't catch my video earlier today, go back and watch that video. Go back and watch that video. Lance Brown says, who do you have on your team? Team I, team me, and my girlfriend. No team, just team I, team girlfriend. No big team as of yet. I can handle all my clients myself. It's not really that big of a deal because clients don't come in like that. You got to be ready to hear what I'm saying. You got to be ready to understand that there is a different way to become a millionaire, and it's much easier than what people believe it is. So no team. James Stokes says, my friend said that they look at the numbers and can tell you You can't afford a car, and how many years before they repo it? Yes, that's obvious. James, that's completely obvious to see. First of all, they come on a car lot and financing a car first. That's number one. If a person comes on a car lot to finance, crack their lips to say, I want to finance a car, I already know their financial status already right there. And I haven't even ran their credit report. I already know right there. You're financing a car. Okay, I already know right there. And then they say, oh, I didn't. Then the natural next question is, how much do you have to put down? And then they don't hardly have any money to put down. That's strike number two. You're coming to finance a car and you don't hardly have any money to put down on the car. That's strike number two. But the people in the debt matrix don't know. They don't know. They just go, okay, whatever. What can we do? And then they rely on some magical Wizard of Oz with super bill paying adjustment monthly payment powers that the salesman keeps going behind the magical glass to go see if he can approve this monthly payment. I don't know. People fall for it. They really believe it. Whatever. Nobody ever stops once to say, hey man, salesman, if you got to keep getting up from this desk to go talk to some mystery man behind the glass, why am I talking to you? But they never say that. They don't know. They just stay there all day. Quentin says doing basic math is key to building wealth. Exactly. It's just, listen, okay. Check this out. Okay. I want you guys to listen what I'm saying here. Okay. I want you to step outside. I'm going to take you outside the debt matrix to show you what is. Okay. Now follow this closely. Okay. Follow this closely. Math and money are one. If math didn't exist, we couldn't count money. If math didn't exist, we couldn't count money. Now, when you think about that, now understand how math and money are one, right? So if I said, hey, what's 5 plus 5? And if somebody asked me, hey, Linnell, what's 5 plus 5? And I said, oh, it's 10. And somebody from the audience said, hey, he only knows that because he's black. What would that sound? Or because he's 50. Wouldn't that sound just like the dumbest thing in the world to you if somebody said that to you? Oh, Linnell only knows it's 10 because he's black. No, he's just math. It's just mathematics. It has nothing to do with math. It doesn't have nothing to do with race, your area you live, you're black, you're white, you're Chinese, you're Jewish. It doesn't matter. Math is just mathematics. As soon as you remove all that stuff out of mathematics, you'll be rich. I can see how the whole economy works. I'm above all the obstacles. How am I above all the obstacles? I'm just using mathematics. James says they sell the same car 4 times in 10 years. Exactly. And check it out, James. They charge tax on it each time. Every time they resell a car, it's tax. I always wondered, I'm like, this is what I used to think to myself when I was in the debt matrix. If you buy a shirt, right? You buy a shirt out of the store and you wear it, and then you go to sell that shirt, you can't sell that shirt plus tax again. You can't say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna sell you this shirt. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell it for the price I got it, but it's gonna be, instead of $50, it's gonna be $20 plus tax. If you said $20 plus tax to a person, they would look at you like you are crazy. They would be like, plus tax. But yet they resell a car and get taxed every single time. And every single time that car is financed, guess what? They're financing the taxes each and every time. People in the debt matrix can't see that. Daniel K says Donald Trump is a communist. Thank you. What do you, I don't know what you're supposed to say. Okay. Uh, sure. I have no idea why even, okay, well, I get, if that's how you, Daniel, if that's how you feel, thank you for sharing your feelings. Hit that like button. Thank you, Nicer. Hit that like button and subscribe. Appreciate it. If you guys are new to my channel, if you want to get out of the debt matrix, stop pointing your fingers at people. Stop pointing at somebody thinking that it's somebody else's fault to why you're broke. And Liang, it like stuff like that, like what Daniel said, it really doesn't. Try not to get caught up in those obstacles. That's an obstacle. Our president being whatever somebody thinks he is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with money. Does 5 plus, knowing that, say like, for example, knowing that, say like it was true, Donald Trump was a communist, right? What does that have to do with 5 plus 5 equaling 10? Or 2 plus 2 equaling 4? What does that have to do with that? Does it change? If Donald Trump was a communist, does that change 5 plus 5? Does 5 plus 5 now equal 11? When they talk politics, I either just exit or I say I don't know and match. I don't know, match about. Exactly. That's what you do, Mark, and you just leave. It has Nicer. It has nothing to do with politics. Nicer says, what does political preference have to do with debt? Nothing. People want a person to point their fingers at to why they're in debt, why they don't have a good paying job, or they want to point something. They want to point their finger at somebody. It doesn't mean anything. That's why it's okay that and things like that. What Daniel put in here when he says stuff like that, right? I enjoy when people do that. That's very important. I want you guys to see that it, like, when I look at that, I like, oh, okay, Daniel just came in and told us what his feelings was about Donald Trump. Does it have anything to do with debt? No, he's just telling us how he feels about Donald Trump. Okay, well, all right, cool. That's how he feels. That's how he feels. Doesn't mean any of it's true. You guys have any other questions? You guys work with me, right? You become my client. I swear to God, you guys will tell me you would have paid my price 10 times fold of what I charge. 10 times. Tenfold. Because you'll be free for the rest of your life. You'd be like, oh my God, LJ, I didn't see that. Yeah, I know. I know you didn't see it because I know you didn't see it because I didn't see it. And I still see things come to me every single day, still to this day. And I'm 6 years out. And things that I didn't see before still come to me today. I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't see that. Yes, I know it was there the whole time. Hey, Pedro, don't feel guilty about it. Just don't tell anybody. Don't feel guilty about it. Just don't tell anybody, Pedro. The wealthy make the rules, okay? It's obvious. The wealthy make it obvious that they make the rules. I mean, it's obvious to me. Voting to me is just It's just a way for people to feel good about their input. They think they've done something or whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't vote. I'm not saying I'm not against voting. I'm not saying it doesn't do anything. I'm not saying that. Just don't worry about it. If you don't vote, don't worry about it. This is all you got to do too right now. If you want to, if you're on Facebook, like, and you're on Instagram and stuff like that, right? And you hear all these people talking about vote, do this and that. Ask the person like this: Hey, how was President Trump elected? This last one, how was he elected? Because he didn't win by the popular vote; he won by electoral votes, right? But ask the average person, how did President Trump get elected as president? See how many turn to you and say, "Oh man, he wasn't elected." Now, the popular vote, for those of you who don't know, are the vote by the people. The people didn't vote President Trump into office. He won by electoral votes. Does it make sense? Hell no, it doesn't make any sense. But people accept it and whatever. To me, that says the wealthy are in control, and they're making it obvious. That makes total sense to me. But of course, it's not. Of course, what I'm saying is my opinion. I can't prove anything I'm saying. I'm just going by what I see. No, Mark, you're right. And make sure Daniel understands. He's probably not even still even in the room, but nobody's coming for anybody in this room. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Ant says Trump didn't make anyone go get ridiculous school loans or finance a car. The president says, hey, these are the rules. You can't do this. Okay, well, I guess I got to follow the rules. Mark says, yep, I was prepared to pay you $1,000 for that consultation. Hey, you know what, Mark? Hold on for a second.
I'm helping Mommy cook.
Okay. All right, so check it out. And it's like Mark. Oh, back to what Mark said. Mark Gift said, "I was prepared to pay you $1,000." I remember. Hey, Mark, I still remember, man. I still remember when we first got on, and I told you the price. You were like, "Oh." I was like, "No, it ain't like that. Not yet, at least." You got me early, Mark. You got me early. Okay, because the reason why you are ready to pay that, because you can hear me. You know I'm not just bull crapping, right? What's up, OJ? Mark said, rock the vote. Best version says, LJ, you're going to have to do a topic on race, politics, rich, poor to dispel these beliefs. You know what? Thank you, best version. I'm going to do that because that's very important to me. I want people to understand how it's so crazy, best version. It's so easy to dispel all of them. It's so easy. I just say, hey, what does any of that have to do with mathematics? Nothing. Snuggle says lack of education makes a lot of people's parents make them go get business loans and types of education that might not even be relevant when you finish school. Exactly. The majority of people just believe that you must have a college education to be anybody or do anything, be the best you can be, bloggity, blah, blah, blah. And people just fall for it. But like that video I did earlier today, here's a guy telling people to do something illegal by taking the money that's supposed to be for school and invest it in some businesses. He's telling people to do that openly on YouTube. He's saying it openly. And look down in the comments of that particular video. People are still asking him for information on how to do something like that illegal. Now he's going to have some tax problems. And you know, when I watched that dude's video, He sounds like he's so confident in knowing what he's talking about. He's delivering his message really, really good. That's wrong information. He's delivering it really good. It sounds convincing, but all a person has to do is do the math and say and clearly see that none of it makes any mathematical sense. None. It makes no sense what he's talking about. None. Oh man, instead of, I took a student loan and then I took it over here and I invested it over here and it quadrupled and it flipped and it flipped and it flipped and it flipped. And then towards the end of the video, he says, but I can pay off my student loan and credit card debt anytime I want. I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? Now you're talking about credit card debt on top of student loan debt? Oh my God, you are so full of crap. So full of crap. And he's telling all these young, and he's under 25 too. And he's telling all these youngsters, because all he's doing is catching with the title. Anybody will gravitate to something, a title towards something that will prevent them from paying off their student loans. Anything but paying them off themselves. So they gravitate towards him. So they get on this guy, they're listening to him. And this guy right off the bat, he's talking about, hey, man, I'm going to make this allegedly. I don't know if it's true or not. If I was an IRS agent, I would immediately check into his finances. Immediately. And I would look for that number that he specifically gave me. Oh, okay. He did what? All right. Let me go check out see how much student loan he got, because everything's recorded. I'll go check out how much student loan he pulled out and what went to where. Okay. You spent that much on school. Okay. Where did that other $7,000 go? And then I would just knock on his door. Hey, man, what'd you do with that $7,000 that you signed on the dotted line that you said you were going to use for school? You got to prove it. Okay. Tell me what you did with it. What'd you do with it? Oh, you don't have an answer? Okay. Now you're going to be penalized for taking the money illegally. And that dude has almost 60,000 followers. LA Sports Live says, I just found you and I already understand what I need to do for financial freedom. You're welcome. Thank you. You are welcome, Sports Live. LA Sports Live. You are welcome, man. If you make a lot of money right now, let me tell you guys something. If you make a lot of money right now, I will quadruple your income. If you make a lot of money right now, I will help you quadruple your income. And I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. I will prove that I will prove to you that I can do that for you. And I know you're probably thinking, how can you prove that? Mathematics. Nicer says, wait till Chiz Player sees that vid. Chiz is going to give him all the smoke. Chiz Players probably will go over there and say that, but it's going to be a waste of time, because you got to think about it this way, Nicer. If this guy, you got to listen. If this guy openly says that he did something illegal on YouTube, right, out in the open, and he believes the word allegedly is going to change any of that facts. If I was an IRS agent, I can just go check his records and see if it's true or not. And he did. But the way he's talking, it sounds like he really did do it. Whatever. And he's not going to hear Chiz Players if Chiz Players go over there and says something, because he's announcing openly that he did something illegal that he can. And check it out. I was reading down through the comments, and you guys go down there and check yourself. There was this one guy that says just like this. He says just like this. He's commenting on the video, and he tells the Tommy dude, the guy that makes the video, hey, you know what? What you did was not illegal. I see that happen all the time with the guys in the college in the PhD class, because that's what they do. They go get a student loan, and then they'll get a student loan and then put it down on a house. Just stupid nonsense. And these guys are all PhD majors in their career. What? Thank you for telling me. So make sure you tell me what school that is, so I know not to send my children to that college if that's true. I would make sure my kids do not go to the college wherever these PhD degree people are getting their PhD and all that stuff. That has nothing. That's just to impress people in the debt matrix. Ooh, that person must be smart. He got a PhD. That has nothing to do with nothing. Nothing. Mark said he opened a company from his student loans. That was already a red flag. Exactly. People were really asking for financial advice too. Did you see that, Mark? Did you go down to the comments and see how many people were actually asking for financial advice from him? They were practically begging for it. Oh my God. They were practically begging for financial advice from him. Sorry, you guys, 1 second. You guys need to go watch that video. It's the video that I made earlier today. And it was on about some dude named Tommy, right? When you're in debt, you can't hear the things he's saying. Neither does he, because he wouldn't say these things out loud, people. He would not get on YouTube saying openly that he used student loan money other than for what school, for school. He wouldn't say that. Pedro says, I'll be a senior in college this coming semester, and I don't feel more intelligent than anybody here. You know what, Pedro? Let me tell you something, man. Knowing what I'm telling you right now is just going to help you. Yeah, if you want to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time, yeah, go ahead and get your college education. But hey, make sure when you get out of college and you get a job that is relevant to the marketplace today, you continue to go to you make that big money and you pay off every single penny of your financial student loan debt. You pay off every penny before you buy anything. Anything. That move alone, Pedro, that move alone, there's $1.6 trillion of student loan debt. That's 45 million people. By you paying off your student loan debt right away, guess what that does? That shoots you financially ahead instantly. Over 45 million people that don't have a clue that they're in student loan debt. You're immediately financially ahead of all of them, immediately. Nicer said the blind leading the blind. Yep, sure is. But Nicer, that is the way the system works. It must. Those guys, you guys that are in this room, listen. Yes, we see the things that people are doing wrong, but I'm telling you, it must be that way. In order for us to remain rich, in order for us to remain wealthy, those people must remain in the system. They are a crucial part of this whole economic system. If they knew what I was telling you, there would be nobody left to finance cars, cell phones, washer and dryers, shoes, purses, pillows, furniture, lawnmowers. And the main thing right there, student loan debt, that's the biggest bad boy right there. Here you got this young man going out there telling people to do illegal stuff. And you probably don't even wonder why. You know, you ever wonder why people can take the money, even though it's illegal? People do what he's doing all the time. It's nothing. And nobody really gets convicted. You know why? Because they will be a slave until they're dead. They're worth more out in the workplace than in jail. If they're in jail, they can't make any money. So they're not going to put them in jail. They're going to continue to let them believe that they're getting away with something when they're not. They're not getting away with anything. They are slaves. They are slaves. They have no idea that they are working slaves. They have no clue. And they think they're getting over on something. But all they got to do is like, wait a minute, if I have to borrow the money to invest, that means I have no money at all of my own. Yes, exactly. That's where you start. If you have no money, figure out why you ain't got no money. Best Version says Tommy is a salesman that talks fast, mixing truth with lies. Oh, is that? Oh, he's a salesman. He uses clickbait. Look at some of his titles. Yeah, that's true. Hey, and Best Version, I'm not knocking him on his style, okay? I'm not knocking his sales approach. He got 60,000 followers, okay? I'm not knocking his sales approach, but he's only fooling people that are in debt. I only watched a couple of his videos. I couldn't take it anymore. He's just making money. I'm not knocking his, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking his business. I wouldn't do business with him, but I'm not knocking his business. I guarantee you, I don't even know the dude, Best Version. One look at his credit report would tell me everything I need to know. I promise you, all three of them, one look at his credit reports, all of them, and I would know exactly why he's doing what he's doing. I would know exactly. Pedro says, that's what I'm going to do, sir. I will contact you soon and I will need more financial advice. Yeah, see there's my website at the bottom, Pedro. Go to my website. Schedule yourself a meeting, free 30-minute consultation. Do it yourself. Do it when you're ready. Put in a date. It's all up to you. Sharif says, new slaves. No, this is not new, Sharif. None of this is new. It's just turned around and switched up. But other than that, none of it's new. None of this is new. The title of the video that I'm talking about, Sharif, is, and the 700 people will lose their food stamps. The video's in the description. Hey, Pedro says, I want my money to work for me, not the other way around. That's when life begins. You know, when you get out of debt, Pedro, you will just see money for what it is. It's just a tool. It's just a green piece of paper with some numbers on it, some dead presidents. It's not anything past the paper. Once you're out of debt, you won't worship. You won't even think about money. It will work for you because you'll know it's a tool. You'll know it's exactly the tool, no different than a hammer, nail gun, lawnmower, microwave. That's it. This move alone, Pedro, will set you ahead of 45 million people. Now, imagine if you pay off your credit cards, your car notes, and all those trillions of dollars, you will no longer be part of that figure. That figure will no longer matter to you. You won't even care. You won't even hear when it comes on the news. You'll be like, oh man, car loan debt is the all-time high. It's in the trillions. You'll be like, oh, well, that's tough. That's tough. Wow. Okay. Whatever. Oh, okay. 700K lose food stamps. I saw it. Okay. Yeah. 700,000 people. Mark says he's making money, though, enough to pay off his debt. So why not? Exactly. You see what he's saying, Mark? He's not even making any sense. Oh, I got all the money. He's saying, you got to remember, throughout the video, he don't know he's saying this, okay? People in debt can't hear it. He's saying he has all the money he wants to pay off his debt, but yet he has student loan debt and credit card debt. That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't even make any sense. Fresh Prince talking about hopping in like I never left. I see you making your videos, Fresh Prince. I see you. I see you. Sharif says, I have no debt, and I know people with debt, and they are miserable. Yep, they are miserable. And you know what's crazy, Sharif? They believe debt is just part of life. They believe debt is just part of life. Everybody has card notes. Everybody has student loan debt. No, that's not true. That is not true. True wealth is owning the time in your life. It's not money. True wealth is owning the time in your life. If you own the time in your life, you have the time to make as much money as you wish. True wealth is owning the time in your life. If you own the time in your life, you have the time to make as much money as you wish. LA Sports Live says, not sure if you're answering the questions or not, but should I discontinue my additional contributions to my 401k, additional retirement until debt-free, put an extra 9%? Oh, I put an extra. Yes, LA Sports, that is a good question. Okay. Stop all 401k retirement contributions. Now, I'm going to show you so you just don't say, hey, he's just saying that. Okay. I want you to understand how I come to this conclusion. Add up all your savings. LA Sports Live, add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to contribute to your 401k right now. Now take 9%. You said you're contributing 9%? Okay. Take 9% from whatever that number is when you do that combination. So you tell me, LA Sports, should you stop contributing to your 401k? You tell me. I'm going to let you answer that question, LA Sports Live. You tell me. Savings, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to contribute to your 401k, okay? Now take 9% from whatever that number is. So you tell me how much you're contributing to your 401k. Thank you for coming as always, Jennifer. You know I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Until next time. Until tomorrow. All right. Gabriel says, how could people live like that? Because they believe that's part of life, Gabriel. You're 19, man. You're brand new to earth. It won't be your life, Gabriel. You'll never understand it. If you keep listening to me, Gabriel, you will never understand it. And I will thank you, and you will thank me for the rest of your life that you will never understand it. You're 19, you will never understand it. But you will be a multimillionaire, though. Gabriel, the only difference between the wealthy and the broke, the wealthy trust math. That's it. They believe in math. Sharif says they work a lot of OT and still live check to check. Exactly. Shaking my head. Exactly. But Sharif, they don't know they're doing it. They don't know they're living their life like that. They don't know they are. They believe it's normal. Sharif, no, that it's not a scam. Okay, 401k is not a scam. That's a feeling. Check it out, Sharif. The real benefit of the 401k is the tax savings. This is called phantom income. If you can max out your 401k at $19,000, you get to take that same $19,000 off of your annual income while at the same time putting $19,000 in your 401k. That's like double dipping. That's a win-win. Taxes you don't pay that the majority does pay is money in your pocket. That's called phantom income. Liang says, well, I don't have student loan debt and I max out my 47B every year. Congratulations. Good job. But do you have any debt, Liang? I know you said you don't have student loan debt, but are you in debt? You have car notes? You have credit card debt? If you have any of those things, you're not putting anything in your 457B. You're not. Compound interest is just the frosting on the cake. But you got to remember, Liang, if you are in debt in any other form or fashion in your life, you're not getting that money. It just looks like you are. Sharif says, don't you pay tax when you take the money out? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't worry about the future. You worry about the money right now. You get a tax savings. Check this out, Sharif. You got to look at it this way, okay? Because I can tell by the questions you're asking me. So I'm going to say it in a different way so you can understand what I'm saying, okay? Stop looking at money individually and think about money collectively. None of this money would not work if we didn't all agree to it, right? We agree that these green pieces of paper will trade for goods and services, right? That's what we agree upon. But when you're debt free, when you're in debt, you cannot afford to max out your 401k of $19,500. You can't afford to do it. So if you can't afford to max out your 401k, the people stay high in their tax bracket. They stay high because they can't afford to lower it. But if you're not in debt, you get to put $19,000 away in your 401k, and you get to take that same $19,000 off of your annual income. The taxes the majority pay that you don't pay is money in your pocket. That's called phantom income. When people finance, Sharif, when people finance cars, guess what else they're doing? They're financing the taxes too. If they don't have the money to buy the car cash, that means they don't have the money to pay for the taxes for the car either. So guess what they have to do? They have to finance the taxes too. That's called phantom income. Sharif says, and the 401k, if the market crash, you can lose your money and you pay a hell of a lot of fees. Yeah, I guess that's all true. Whatever. Don't let fear run your life. That's fear. If you put fear in your money, you're going to lose every time. Don't worry about what coulda, shoulda, what shoulda, woulda, maybe, whatever. Don't worry about that. Worry about the guaranteed money that you get every year in tax savings. That's guaranteed. That's guaranteed ROI. There is nothing out there that can guarantee you money like that. Nothing. And the only reason why I'm telling you, Sharif, because you're debt free. It's mathematically impossible for anybody in debt to see what I just said. That's why they call it phantom. It's only phantom to those who are in debt because it's mathematically impossible for them to see it or even use it. So question for you, Leanne. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to contribute to your 457B. If that number's in the negative, that's mathematically impossible for you to invest in a 457B. You cannot invest negative dollars into anything. I'm not saying this. Math is saying this. Pedro says, I see friends going from making $500 a week to $1,000 a week, and in 2 weeks they start living a life that requires $1,000 a week. Exactly. That's why, Pedro, that's why it wouldn't matter if you gave somebody in the debt matrix $1 million. They'd be broke in a year or two. All you got to do is this. This is what I want you guys, these simple mathematical equations I want you to share on your timelines or your Facebook or your Instagram. This is all you got to do to understand who's in the debt matrix and who's not without you even letting them know why you're asking this question. If you want to see people that live in the debt matrix and they don't know they live there, and this is how you weed them out. This is how you can tell they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, they live in the debt matrix. This is all you got to do. Go to your timeline and do this. Hey, check it out. If somebody had $100,000 in student loan debt, but you won $80,000, what would you do? If you inherited $80,000, right? And throw this question out there. If you won or inherited, you guys can word it any way you want. If you inherited $80,000, right? But you had $100,000 in student loan debt, what would you do? Okay, that's all I want you guys to say. Put that on your timeline. I want you to see how many answers you get back, how many different answers you get back from that. Now I'm going to tell you guys this in the SMD family. There's only one answer. 80,000 minus 100,000 is negative 20,000. 80,000, You inherited, you won 80,000, but you have $100,000 in student loan debt, 100,000, 80,000 minus 100,000 is negative 20,000. You can't do anything. You're still negative 20,000. So you ain't got no choice but to put the whole $80,000 on the student loan debt. I guarantee you, watch how many answers you receive back. And you got to think to yourself, when you receive all these answers, you got to think to yourself, how come people don't use basic math when basic math will show you that you're still in the hole negative 20,000? You can't put a little bit here. You can't put some down on a car. You can't put, no, it's negative 20,000. You can't do anything. It's only one answer. So again, if you guys have been following some people that you believe is smart about money, I want you to throw this question on their timeline. Throw this question on your timeline and see how many different answers you get back when there's only one. It's negative 20,000. You cannot invest negative $20,000 into anything. It doesn't exist. Sharif says, I love your channel. SMD is not the future. It's right now. Exactly. It's right now. The only time that matters is right now. You're exactly right, Sharif. The only time that ever matters and that will ever matter is right now. Sharif says, I put my money in high yield savings account. I think that's better than 401k because you're not seeing the taxes. Anything that is pre-tax, you take full advantage of because you're not seeing the tax return. HSA, 401k, all those, you can take those taxes off of your annual income every single year. And guess what that does? That lowers you in your tax bracket. The high yield savings account is just frosting. If you get what the government's trying to give you right now, you will have the money to put as much money in you want in that high yield savings account. LA Sports Live says, everyone knows the correct answer to that, but they would lie just to look smart. Exactly. This is for you guys that follow me on this SMD channel. This is for you. I want you to weed out, this will weed out the people that are trying to look smart to you. Because each time they come up with the wrong mathematical answer, you will know they are faking. You will know they have no idea what they're talking about. You would just check to yourself and say, how come this person doesn't know math? That's what you guys should check with yourself. How come this person that looks like they have so much stuff don't know basic mathematics? Because they are faking it. They are in debt. This is why, let me do this. How can I make these claims that I say to you guys? Okay. How can I say, hey man, if you Google hashtag savings minus debt, I'm going to be the only person on Google that you're going to find. How can I make that claim? Go Google me now. Go Google hashtag savings minus debt, savings minus debt. I will be the only person you find on Google. How can I say, hey, nobody on the internet that you're going to find is going to show their entire credit report? How can I make that claim? And it's true. You guys know tell me, how many in this room have ever seen somebody post their entire credit report the way I do? You tell me, have you seen it before? If you haven't seen it, I'm going to put it up so you can see it. Right there. Just go there. Go check out my entire credit report. Go check it out. Black Knight says high yield savings account is for emergency funds, not long-term investments. Exactly. And that's the extra money after you save all the taxes. That's just the extra dough. That's the good for emergency funds, chilling in there. So just in case something happens, you're still making a little bit of money. Cool, you know. But the real savings, anything that is tax deferred, I mean, you get taxes taken off of your annual income. That's the money maker, baby, right there. That's the one that many people cannot see or do because they're in debt. Sharif says HSA is great. It's not taxed going in and not taxed when you take the money out for medical bills. Now, Sharif, you combine that HSA with the 401k, you are killing it. You got to remember, people in the debt matrix, they pay for out-of-pocket medical expenses with their net income. Their money that has already been taxed once. When you're not in debt and you're paying for out-of-pocket medical expenses with your HSA, you're paying with tax-free money. The government says, "Hey, since you invested in HSA, you get to pay for your out-of-pocket medical expenses with your whole dollar, non-taxed." That's all, Sharif. That's all count as phantom income. What you can do that the majority cannot is money in your pocket. Sharif says, but the 401k is taxed. You won't feel the pain now, but you will feel the pain later. There you go. We just talked about that, Sharif. We just said that. The only thing that matters is now. There you go, looking into the future. That doesn't exist. Don't worry about the taxes down the road. Worry about the taxes you're paying right now. You won't be paying any. Don't worry about that. Worry about not paying taxes right now. You cannot pay taxes right now legally. See what I'm saying? I thought you did that nicer. It's the truth. Now you guys are looking at me like, how in the hell did he do that? How in the hell, if I Google him, he is the only person that signs up? Doesn't that just seem amazing? Not to me. I didn't work a deal out with Google. I didn't pay them to put me at the top of the list. I didn't do any of that. I'm doing something that many Americans have no idea even exists. That's why I'm the only one that pops up. I say it again. Go Google #SavingsMinusDebt. I will be the only person that pops up. I told my friend that the other day. He called me up. Hey, Lena, what'd you do? How'd you do that? How'd I do what? Hey, man, how'd you be the only one that pops up when that happens? Because that's how unique what I'm doing. That's how unique it is. Something so simple, savings minus debt. My .com will change your life forever. Savings minus debt. How come nobody else come with that? Because it's too simple. People believe it's not that simple. It is. All right, you guys. You guys have any other questions? Any other questions? LA Sports Live. Pedro, welcome to the SMD family. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Like that. There's my my domain name scrolling across the bottom. Savings minus debt. Schedule your free 30-minute consultation, you guys. I'll change your life. It doesn't matter. Don't believe people that with bad credit or in debt or broke. That's not true. Okay. If you make a lot of money, don't be embarrassed, man, to come to me. Don't be embarrassed. Just know that people like me, it's not just me. I'm not by myself. People like us can see that you're drowning in debt. Even though you make a lot of money, we can see that you're drowning in debt. I can teach you how we can see you. I can teach you how we can see you. All right, Sharif, I'm not saying that I'm not saying a high yield saving account is not a bad deal. All I'm saying is that if you're not maxing out your pre-tax options, HSA and 401k, you're missing out on a lot of money. You're missing out on what's called phantom income. Phantom income. You're missing it. And the only reason why I'm telling you, Sharif, because you're financially free. You're the only one that can see it. You can see phantom income because you're not in debt. But you have to stop looking at money individually, and you must start looking at money collectively. None of this would work if the majority of people were not in debt. If the majority of people stopped financing cars, the whole economy would crash. If people knew they were slaves until they're dead by borrowing student loan money, they would stop borrowing student loan money and they would do whatever it takes to pay off their student loans. They would know, but they don't know they're slaves. They don't know they're slaves. They don't know that they're part of the system which keeps it functioning. All right, Sharif, I can't get you out of the future. If you want to stay there, man, you just stay there. If you believe the future exists, okay, well, all right. I can't do anything about it. I don't know how you do it, though. You got to show me how you're looking in the future like that. I wish you could show me. You got a crystal ball or something? Sharif, best version says, once you're debt free, you can now put your money to work for you. Exactly. Sharif says, and the fees, so you lose out on $19,000 when, and the fees, so you lose out on the $19,000 when you max it out. Each year that goes by, Sharif, and you don't max out your 401k, you can't go back and say, oh, crap, now I can see what I was doing. They're going to say, nope, sorry. Once it's gone, it's gone. You ain't getting that chance again. The government will never give you that chance again because you woke up and saw it. That's why they say you can't go back. Try to say, hey, man, I miss maxing out my 401k a couple years back. Can I do that? They're going to say, hell no, you can't. Sorry. You're missing out on phantom income, Sharif. I promise you. All you got to do is do the math, but you got to, I'm only telling you because you're financially free. You're debt free. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap this up. I appreciate all your participation. Sharif, welcome. I hope you didn't take anything negatively in the room. I appreciate it because that's not the way the SMD family is. We are here to help everybody become the financially best as what they can be. You the man. I'm going to look into it because I trust you. Thank you, Sharif, man. Go ahead and do it. It's just mathematics. I'm telling you the answer right now. Please go ahead. Please do your research. Don't get me wrong. Do your research. But the only thing I'm telling you right now, I'm just using math, the math I learned in grade school. So it's going to be right, but do your research, okay? Best version says high yield, but your money is still just sitting in there. Exactly. Liang says, Sharif, why don't you just do Roth IRA or Roth 401k? Okay, cool, Sharif. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Like I said, I'm not here to put down anybody. Everything I say to you guys in this room, I can back it up to be true with mathematics. Everything. I promise you, everything. If you say, hey, Linnell, why are you saying that? I'll do the math and show you. This is why I'm saying that. LA Sports Live says, LOL, when I get debt free, I'm not going to give a damn about anything. Thanks for all the game. I'm not sure if others are picking up. Oh, yeah, they're here. That's why they're here. They're part of the SMD family. You're not. LA Sports Live, check it out, man. You're not going to care what anybody says anymore, especially in the debt matrix. You're not going to care what they drive. You're not going to care how big their house is. You're not going to care what kind of suit they got on. You're not going to care what kind of purse they have. You're not going to care what kind of shoes they have. You're not going to care about any of that. Everything I look at is a thing now. It's just a thing. Everything's a thing. Because you have no idea how they bought these things. You have no idea. Unless they tell you, you have no idea how they bought whatever they're driving, whatever they have, however they're flying on vacation. You have no idea how they're paying for that. But All you got to do is Google this: $1 trillion in student loan debt, $1 trillion in car loan debt, $1 trillion in credit card debt, $1 trillion in mortgage debt. That kind of tells you that there's somebody out there is not telling you the truth. Somebody's lying. Thank you, Liang, for participating. I hope you subscribed. Appreciate your participation. I appreciate your questions too. I hope I wasn't, like I said, I hope I'm not, well, you're still in here, so I'm sure you know that I'm not being negative towards you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. Thank you. Any other questions before I leave? Any other questions? Share with your friends. Liang, share. LA Sports Live, please share. Sharif, share. Appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it, Sharif. Thank you. Share with as many people. Now, when I say share, okay, you got to be ready. You got to share with the people that are ready to hear it, though. Okay, because they're going to think I'm crazy if you come to me and say, if you point them my direction, they'll be like, "What's that dude talking about?" Now, don't forget to use that test that I told you. If you guys are following some financial people on your Facebook, your Instagram, I want you to throw that question out. You say, "Hey, you know what? Hey, what if I inherited $80,000, but I have $100,000 in student loan debt? What should I do?" That's all. That's as simply how you just got to say it. If I inherited 80,000 but I have $100,000 in student loan debt, what should I do? You and I know there's only one answer. It's negative 20,000. There's not much you can do but put all the 80,000 on the 100,000. There's nothing else you can do, right? There's nothing else you can do. Nothing. See how many answers they give you. And then when they're done, if you want to, then you say, "Hey, but isn't 80,000 minus 100,000 negative 20,000? They're going to have to answer you yes. They're going to have to tell you yes. And then when they tell you yes, you go, "Then how can I invest negative $20,000? I don't get it." See what they say. Okay. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. It's going to trigger them. Sharif said it's going to trigger them. Yeah. Who cares? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Put it on your Facebook. All right. So people can just comment and say it. All right. Let me get out of here. I'm hungry. I got to eat. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you, Sharif. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Appreciate you being part of the SMD family. Please share. T-shirts coming soon. Actually, I got to call that guy today. He's supposed to call me today. I'll call him tomorrow. But T-shirts coming soon. Thank you, everyone. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. There will not be 3 in one night, okay? There will not be 3. All right, bye.